Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Look, you, my friends, I'm just trying to make you a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but to educate, to teach you. So call me at 1-800-743-CNBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. nvidia. Own it, don't trade it. That's been my advice for about $3.7 trillion in market capitalization. Today, nvidia became the first $4 trillion company. And it's hard not to celebrate the success of this business or the man behind it, Jensen Huang, who has truly changed the world, your world. It's a big deal to hit $4 trillion, and it captivated the whole market today. Dow gaining 218 points. NVIDIA's in the Dow. The S&P advanced 0.61%, and the NASDAQ climbed 0.95%. Before I get into anything else, let me just say this. Jensen Huang is like no other executive I've ever met. I've met a lot of them. When he was in his formative years, Jensen worked at Denny's as a busboy, dishwasher, all those other jobs we don't ever want to do, even if, like me, we did them. I know it seems preposterous, but Jensen impresses me as someone who still acts like he's working at Denny's, still trying to do a great job, still being respectful and kind and helpful, still trying to get ahead. As for the $4 trillion mark, Jensen doesn't have time to celebrate. He's not going to stop. That would be hubris. This man has no hubris. Instead, he has two qualities that are in very short supply these days anywhere. He's graciousness and gratitude. The graciousness is an exact counter to pomposity and arrogance. He doesn't have any of those qualities either. The gratitude, it's to those who believed in him, to the shareholders, to those who stuck with him, to those who held on through thick and thin. For Jensen, this is just another day of getting up at 4 a.m., doing all the work he has to do, and then spending 8 a.m. on with his teammates at NVIDIA. When you're with him in the company's headquarters, he seems to know everyone by name. Everyone wants to have a selfie with him. He always seems to oblige. I'm not allowed in headquarters unescorted. But my late dog, Everest, the one I renamed NVIDIA, well, he was. I renamed him that many years ago because I couldn't get anyone to buy the darn stock. Can you imagine that? And clearly Jensen appreciated the gesture. Now let's talk about this $4 trillion achievement. Let's put it in perspective. In the last 25 years, only 4 companies have earned the title of the biggest public company in America: Microsoft, General Electric, ExxonMobil, and Apple. GE wore the crown twice, Microsoft 5 times, ExxonMobil 7, and Apple an astounding 11 times. Hallowed ground. Of course, GE imploded not long after. Too much leverage. ExxonMobil, oil prices shot up, and Exxon was the biggest company in the industry at that time. But the two that still rival NVIDIA, Microsoft and Apple, I think that's the most telling part of this story. Apple took top honors because it has the best smartphone in the world. It's something that at one time everyone wanted, including China. Therein lies the complication that will likely keep Apple from toppling NVIDIA before the cement dries. Much to everyone's chagrin, Apple's in the doghouse with the Trump administration, and they might not get out of it until they start making iPhones here. That said, Apple can still get right back in the horse race, but it will take more and better AI products. It needs a new hit, too. That doesn't mean you should give up on it. For me, Apple remains an own it, don't trade it stock. That's the status it deserves as long as it keeps making the phones with the highest customer satisfaction. But I don't see it taking that crown back from NVIDIA anytime soon. How about Microsoft? It's doing incredibly well. Microsoft's the software king. It's the top cloud services play. It's the #1 gaming company. It's embraced AI with abundance. According to a Bloomberg article today, Microsoft claims to have saved $500 million in its call centers while increasing customer and employee satisfaction. But the fact is, neither Microsoft nor Apple can claim that they're currently creating a new industrial revolution like NVIDIA can. In fairness, they did create the last industrial revolution, the rise of the personal computer, but that was a long time ago. Just a few years ago, NVIDIA was a company that made incredibly fast semiconductors that improved the quality of video games. Nice business, and not earth-shattering. Jensen envisioned so much more, though. He knew that AI would transform everything, and his chips allowed AI to work. You could ask his chips questions, and they could generate answers. Generative AI. I searched for the superlatives of this extraordinary achievement here. How about this? Every single computer with a GPU that's not as good as NVIDIA is obsolete, or a CPU for that matter. The users just don't know it. Everything needs to be replaced. His chips and the software that comes with them allow companies to do breathtaking things. They enable self-driving cars. They enable humanoid robots. Right now, Jensen wants them to do the 3Ds. That's the dirty, the dangerous, and the dull jobs. They'll no doubt do far more than that, replacing white-collar jobs of all kinds. Jensen likes to explain that every other industrial revolution created many more jobs than were lost, which is true, although the new jobs don't necessarily pay as much as the old ones. Some analysts saw this coming. Ben Reitzer's from Melius. Melius can show you piece after piece where he said that NVIDIA was going to overtake all companies. And he kept on the beat that software, long the most beloved part of tech, would be overturned by hardware in terms of its importance and size in the market, including NVIDIA. He's been dead right. Congrats to Ben for taking the heretical position that hardware could exceed software in value, and NVIDIA would lead that charge. But most analysts emphatically did not see this coming. NVIDIA was repeatedly misjudged as a parvenu, a one-trick pony, if not a flash in the pan. Jensen was never to be considered a GOAT, let alone the GOAT, because he was from the hardware side, nothing more. Each great quarter was supposed to be the last one. Each customer was supposed to be working on something better. Each iteration was supposed to be too expensive versus what it provided. Endless doubt, no belief. One day we'd wake up and see that Microsoft or Meta or Alphabet or Amazon or a Chinese company would have something better. There's even been some playful skepticism all along, especially from my squawk on the street partner, David Faber.
Hey, if NVIDIA is so great, Jim, then why is the stock down?
Because it's up 80. David, it's been up 80%. Okay, because they're not splitting the stock. I'm going to get a split. That's what I'll do here. I promise I'll get you a split of NVIDIA stock. How's that? Well, we got the split. But the competition hasn't caught NVIDIA. You know why? Because Jensen wakes up before the other guy and works harder than the other guy to make sure that NVIDIA stays on top. That's how you get to $4 trillion. Just how great is NVIDIA? Let me pay it the highest compliment that I can in a country right now. We're in a Cold War with China. They want to choke us. We want to choke them. As the president would say, who has the cards? The problem is we seem to want everything from China, so the president has to tariff the heck out of this stuff to make it uncompetitive. The Chinese, though, they seem to want only one thing from us. They want NVIDIA chips, not even the best ones. And you know what? They're right to covet them. These chips hold the key to the new industrial revolution. Sometimes NVIDIA seems like our only bargaining chip with China, but it's a big one, bigger than anything they have. We've got the cards because NVIDIA makes the cards. We have the cards because of Jensen Huang, but he's so darn humble that he'll never point this out. Guys like me have to. Bottom line, NVIDIA, own it, don't trade it. Oh, and see ya at $5 trillion. Let's go to Roger in Florida. Roger.
Hey, JC.